I do. I can't swoon at that. Like, that's, my mother calls me that. Why did I choose this? We're doing it. We are doing the video that will officially initiate me as an official booktuber. The past 2 months I've led up to this and brought us to this point. And now it is time to take upon the most challenging challenge that booktube has. Based on opinion. That opinion being mine. We are going to read for 24 hours straight. I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I am scared because my sleep schedule, crap. My restoration, physically, mentally, emotionally right now, crap. Before we go into it, let's talk about our strategy, our game plan. I have 2 books specifically on my radar that I'm very interested in, and I want to be very interested in the books I'm reading because then I'll actually be motivated to keep reading when I'm tired and want to stop. Those 2 books are Reckless by Elsie Silver. This is the 4th book in the Chestnut Spring series. This one follows Theo Silva and Winter. Oh, sorry, I just got taken aback by that synopsis. Oh my goodness, I'm very excited to read this. I've heard nothing but good things about this book. She's a chunk, she'll take plenty of time up in our 24 hours. And the other book I am so excited to read, Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. This is her newest release. Came out about like a month and a half ago. It is sports romance. He's a professional golf player. And like, who would think that golf would be hot enough to be in a romance novel? Tessa Bailey, that too. And I've heard also nothing but great things about this book. And I think she's like his like biggest fan, and then she becomes his like caddy or something. And then for the times that I'm gonna get ready today so I can look a little more presentable for this video, when I'm making food, if I go for a walk, etc., etc., I'm gonna be listening to an audiobook. I'm not sure which book yet. I'll keep you updated. But what I'm going to start with is the Bible. I still want to maintain reading my Bible, and this is also reading. I try to read a chapter a day. I'll be honest, I don't always stick to that. Yesterday, I did not read my Bible. But today I'm going to, because I have to read for 24 hours anyway. Might as well read a chapter in the Bible. So I'm going to be starting off with Nehemiah chapter 9. So without further ado, 24 hours starts now. We are about an hour and a half into this challenge, and I am 24% of the way through The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. So far, it is really good. I'm really enjoying that book. It's really interesting to hear her story and kind of how her career started in her childhood. I also read Nehemiah chapter 9 first thing this morning, and then I listened to The Woman in Me as I did my makeup and I cleaned up my room, had some breakfast. So now I'm going to start Reckless by Elsie Silver. I am so excited. I'm going to get started on this. I might play some like ambiance because it helps me focus better, and we're gonna get to reading this bad boy. Why is it a thing to call just random things bad boys? Something we should think about as a society. I'm not even 50 pages in yet and I already love them. I already just like feel so deeply for Winter and what she's going to, or what she's going through with her marriage. Already I love Theo, and I know that he's going to be so good for her, and I can't wait for them to get together. Right now they just have fun banter, and I can already tell it's going to be so good. And I'm so excited to keep reading. But there's this one line that I think really describes them and their dynamic well. Careful, that one's got claws, Kate offers right as Willa shoves a pointy elbow into his ribs. I grin. That's okay. I like having my back scratched. They're so funny. Like, I've already laughed so much. This did not pan out how I thought it was going to. I am left with a lot of questions. I am so stunned and shocked right now That is not how I thought it was going to go. Also, I just checked and we are a little over 3 hours in, so we still have 21 hours to go. My gosh. But I'm on page 84. I think I have a theory that will explain what happened earlier that freaked me the frick out. I'm 100 pages in and I'm going crazy. But like in a good way. My theory was at least partially right. I'm still waiting to get the full explanation. I can't read at a fast enough pace for what my brain wants because I just want to know what's going on and what happened and what's going to happen. And this is just like so intense. Like I'm just like my heart is racing. I need to take deep breaths. I'm trying so hard not to sob right now. Let's just say Winter is crying and I'm crying with her. And this whole situation sucks. And Jeff, spelled Geoff, sucks. Update time, we are about 6 hours in. So that's a quarter of the way through. I'll admit I'm starting to have a headache. I am about 44% through Reckless, and I'm also at 44% the way through the audiobook of The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. I am enjoying both books, which is nice because it would really suck if I wasn't enjoying what I was reading for 24 hours. It really is hitting me in some way hearing about Britney Spears' story in the spotlight, and especially with the Quiet on Set documentary that recently came out, and then just hearing about, you know, paparazzi and Diane Sawyer, is that her name? But that interview and how the society and media treated her and saw her after the breakup with Justin Timberlake and the songs, and it's just making me reflect and think on a lot, especially since I am pursuing a career that can have an element of being, well, it isn't being in the spotlight depending on what, you know, layer you're at, but I am pursuing acting and I'm in Los Angeles for that reason. So I'm excited to finish it and to learn more about her story from her perspective. And then Reckless. I love Elsie Silver's writing and these characters, I love them, and I'm so sad that I'm not a part of this family. I do wish though that there was a little bit more communication. They just communicated both what they actually wanted with and for each other. Things would be a lot smoother for them. Also, this has never happened with the romance book before. This is not Elsie Silver's fault. She didn't know. But in a lot of romance books, the male main character will call the female main character like a unique nickname, like just for her. He calls her Tink, like from Tinkerbell, but Tink. And normally I'd be like, oh my gosh, that's so cute, I love that. But Tink was the nickname my mother called me growing up. Every time he says it, I'm like, I can't swoon at that. Like, that's, my mother calls me that. I have a letter on my wall that I got from my mom, and she literally says on the top, hey Alex, parentheses, Tink. So it is on my wall over there. So that makes it a little weird for me. Guys, it's been 12 hours. We're halfway done. It's 11:13 p.m. My eyes are dry and I'm starting to yawn. I finished Reckless. I was so emotional while reading this. I didn't film it. I think I only filmed me crying once, but I cried a handful of times throughout this book because I just felt so connected to the characters for some reason. Although I hate it in real life and in books when, like, especially a female main character's family or the men in her life or the people in her life in general don't see her or like help her, take care of her or whatever. And I hate that in real life and in books. I love it when a male main character comes in and is like protective and is like, how dare they not see how precious you are, and don't you worry because I'm always going to be here to like help you and when you need it, and just be there for you and take care of you and provide and protect you. Like, it's just, and Theo Silva was that, and I love that. I rated it 5 stars on Goodreads. I'd say it's more like a 4.75 star, and really the reason for that is the Tink nickname. It really took me out of it. But like, that's not something that Elsie Silver knew about me. I can't blame her. So she deserves the 5-star, but it's more 4.75 for that reason. I am now, I think, 77% of the way through the audiobook of The Woman in Me. I have about an hour and 20 minutes left. So we'll definitely finish that in the next 12 hours. And then I also read a devotional from Loving God, Loving Others. These are 52 devotions to create connections that last by Blessed is She. I'm so bad at keeping up with devotionals. I don't do them daily or weekly or however much you're supposed to do them. I just forget about them and have it on my like nightstand, or I have a chair as my nightstand, but my nightstand for months and years on end. So I've been slowly reading this for like a year and a half. The thought of starting a new book doesn't sound that great, but we kind of have to. I don't really have a choice. 12 more hours. So I need to start a new book. So I'm gonna go with Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. Wow, that was long. I think I'm gonna try to read this for a few hours and then have an audiobook break, or a break from reading physical and read an audiobook, listen to an audiobook as I like shower and get comfy and take off my makeup and try to relax. To then keep reading. I'm on page 1 and already I'm laughing. I'm 3 sentences in and I've already laughed out loud. So that is a good sign. Hopefully the laughter will keep me awake. Pick some other golfer to harass, okay? Even if the idea of her cheering for another player made him want to impale himself on his wedge. Page 10, and already I love Tessa Bailey men and books in general. They're so good. I think they're so underrated. People need to be appreciating her more. She deserves all the hype. Something I've noticed is that my reading pace is starting to slow down. I have had to reread so many sentences and paragraphs because I just wasn't actually comprehending the words. And that's a little nerve-wracking because we're only 13 hours in. So we still have 11 hours to go. What did I do by making this video? Why did I choose this? Why did I choose this? I'm starting to get a little delirious and a little loopy. It's taken me about an hour to read 28 pages. Oh my gosh. That's slow. We're screwed. Going into this, I really thought that I could stay up 24 hours straight reading. But now that it's past midnight, I don't know if I actually can. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say, you don't have a woman in your life. I love Tessa Bailey's writing. It is so funny, and especially like her female main characters that she writes, or just all of her female characters. Just, I love how unfiltered they are. Because I mean, it's so common for women in real life and in books to kind of filter our words and like not always say what we're thinking because of, you know, judgment or even like social norms or whatever. But like Tessa Bailey women, they're gonna say what they think. And I love that they don't hold back, and it's so funny and refreshing, and I love it. Guys, I'm 50 pages into Fangirl Down. I'm really enjoying it, but I am getting so tired. It's not even 1 a.m. yet. I stayed up till 3 a.m. last night. Why is this so hard? Well, because I was reading this whole 13 hours straight. Okay, I'm going to shower and hope that gives me energy and wakes me up. And I'm gonna listen to The Woman in Me as I shower and do my skincare and take out my contacts. I could sleep standing up right now. Oh my gosh. Do you hear the sirens? Coming to get me and breaking the law by staying up this late to read. It is now 2 a.m. and I'm just under 15 hours in. I just finished The Woman in Me. Listened to that as I showered and got ready for bed. I just can't believe all that she went through. It just felt so like helpless listening to, like, things just kept getting worse. And I am so proud of her and happy for her, and I'm really glad that she prayed and relied on God and had so much courage and bravery to fight for herself even after being pushed down so much. And I'm just so happy for her that she's now free, and I pray for her that she continues to have her freedom and gets to live life to the fullest and figure out who she is in this like new chapter. She's in my prayers because she deserves the world. Now I guess I gotta keep reading. I've read the first 53 pages of Fangirl down and I really like it. It's just so, it's so funny and entertaining. It's a good time. I'm really tired. And now I'm just stalling by rambling. I'm like debating, like, do I just go to bed? But also, like, I've only made it 15 hours. Is that bad? Is that good? Because hey, reading for 15 hours straight is a lot. But at the same time, I should keep trying. So it's going on 3 a.m. I'm still tired for sure. But I've gotten like more into the story, and so I'm more in it, and I'm more entertained. But now I'm just like getting tired of like reading. Like I think I could stay up if I did different things, but obviously I need to read for this challenge. So. But my eyes would really enjoy closing for 8 hours minimum. Guys, it's not looking good. We just said 16 hours. I'm on page 94. And it's taken me so long to read the past 2 pages. My eyes keep shutting and imagining what it'd be like to stay shut. I've been chewing gum to try to like distract myself and stay focused. I have 8 more hours of this. 8. Like, I don't even know if I can get to page 100 and I'm 6 pages away from 100 pages. But I think I might finish this chapter at page 101 and then I think I might I don't know, I don't want to be a quitter. Good morning. I failed. I made it to 16 hours and 23 minutes or something like that. And then around 3:30, I couldn't do it anymore. Okay? I couldn't do it. And I fell asleep. And it was a glorious, beautiful sleep. And I don't regret it. If I kept going, the 24 hours would have ended like 30 minutes ago. It's like around 11:45 a.m. right now. The 24 hours would have been around like 11:13 a.m. So the thought of not going to sleep until like literally right now sounds awful. It sounds like something I do not want to do. We tried, we made a good effort. I made it pretty far, like almost 16 and a half hours. I think that deserves a pat on the back. That's a lot of time to be reading straight in a row. So let's recap everything that I read. First, I read about 5 pages in my Bible in Nehemiah, and then I went into the audiobook for The Woman in Me by Britney Spears, and that book is 277 pages, at least that's what it says on Goodreads. So I listened to 277 pages, so I read that. And then I was also reading Reckless by Elsie Silver. I just want to say that it makes me very, very sad that these people aren't real and that I can't join this family. I think it's really rude and really inconsiderate of Elsie Silver to not put me in this universe and make this my reality. But yet she puts my childhood nickname. That's just rude. So rude. But this book was 435 pages. And then in there I read a devotion from Loving God, Loving Others. So this was 4 pages that I read. And then I tried to start a new book and finish a new book. That did not happen. I read 101 pages of Fangirl Down. That's not bad. Like, I read over 100 pages. Like, I really tried my hardest here. It just, the fighting sleep was so hard. It wasn't because this book was bad that meant I wasn't able to stay up to read it. This is so good and I'm so excited to keep reading it. Altogether, I will be purchasing a copy, don't you worry, of The Woman in Me. I read 822 pages in 16 hours, which dividing that by 16 is about 51 pages an hour, which is like on brand for me. On brand, it lines up with my reading pace. I'd say it's pretty good for me. Thanks for joining me and supporting me in this hard, weird challenge that I don't know if it should be a thing. I think next time I do this, I won't do it straight, but I'll do like, I'll break it up, or I'll just like do the timer method where I time myself and every time I stop reading, I stop the timer and then see how long it takes me to read for 24 hours, but not in 24 hours, you know? Like, I might try that because this was rough. Anyway, I'm going to spend the day not reading. I think I need to go get some fresh air. I need to step outside. I need to touch some grass. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you've done this challenge. I'm really curious. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!